Yo, welcome back to another video. I do want to start by apologizing for the long wait on this upload. It should have happened faster, but things have just been kind of messy right now. I know there are many uploads on the main channel in a little bit either, and haven't really streamed much. I'm gonna try and get back into the swing of things, but I'm really bad about time management. I'm not gonna get too much into that right now, but I'm working on it. I'm gonna try and do better and get you guys uploads more consistently. The most I will say is when the ALS Simon Godley comes out, I will be streaming that for sure. And the next update for Anime Crusaders, which is Fate, I will probably stream that as well, as long as it comes out on the day I'm expecting it to, which is either Sunday or Saturday. If it comes out later than that, I might not, because I'll be doing editing for other videos. But I don't want to take too much time at the beginning here. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to please leave a like, subscribe, comment, I don't know. How's your day going, Put that in the comments, I'll read them. And let's just get on with the video. I got reroll stats on her first. Maybe I'll stat transfer. I've got somebody good enough for that. I think she'll probably be a pretty good unit just for her on Evo DPS. Oh, she's called Maki, right? There we go. Okay. Therefore, we're gonna reroll all. Do I have any good stat transfers? Plenty of gold, so this is no issue to transfer. That's most from summoning on Halloween banner. I mean, I have 4 Alu cards, so, I might get the Evo items for the other copies. I don't know. I'm gonna buy this stuff real quick before I forget. I gotta just start hitting the max button. I don't know why I don't do that. Anyway, let's evolve Makima. Honestly, getting the kills was pointless. I was just gonna stat transfer everything anyway. Okay, 50% damage, force domination, absolute control, and 1 new passive. Sounds like she probably has an active ability. Ooh, cutscene. Oh, it's the same cutscene as when you obtain her. Oh wait, no, it is different. Or is it? I didn't record when I obtained her. I actually don't know if those cutscenes are different. If they are, that's my bad, but I'm honestly not gonna know. It seems the same. I'll play it again with audio at some point as well, but that'll probably be when I show off cosmetics and stuff later. I know of all the units that got Crusader on him, I think most people probably know what most of these units do. I actually think he is a pretty good Crusader candidate. Unfortunately, he is also not hybrid at all. So I think the only unit that has a cosmetic for whatever reason is Angel. I don't know why. Maybe the shiny one is better, but cosmetic's not that good, so we're just gonna put his back on. Okay, as I said, I'd show off the Makima cutscene with sound on. Just, usually they put on music and stuff. So let's see it. Solid. All right. That's all I need to show you. All right. I'm starting with power first because one of her passives is going to require me to have her down for a while. Her basic attack is just a flurry of slashes. You'll notice she has a bar. 3 passives. We have Blood Frenzy. Attacks inflict bleed for 5 seconds, dealing 35% of this unit's damage over time. And then Crimson Catalyst. Power gains a blood meter upon placement. Each time she inflicts bleed on an enemy, the meter fills up by 1. Once the meter reaches 500, power awakens her true form, unlocking Blood Arsenal. Blood Arsenal is an active skill with no cooldown, so keep that in mind. She can switch between these 3 weapons, which are just her attacks here, but they have some slight modifiers to stats. Bloodhammer is just her final attack, so this one's basically just a reset to this. It's a flat damage, flat cooldown, flat range, big AoE circle. Pretty solid. However, Blood Spear is 90% damage, base cooldown and increase and 125% range, and hybrid with a medium line AoE. And then Blood Scythe is 80% damage, 85% cooldown, 100% range, and doubles bleed damage. I think Blood Scythe is the best, like, for sure. Let's look at Blood Spear. I assume the animation will be the same. She throws the spear at the closest, at the enemy, and the first one it hits, I think it explodes on. Yeah. Then we have Blood Scythe. Creates a scythe, spins around. It looks like a 5 times multi-hit as well, so great for shred, or 4 or 5 times multi-hit, making it absolutely great for shredding shields. I do want to apologize for not uploading a video in a while I'm here. I was gonna do some ALS like ReZero update or the quality of life update they just did, but I don't know. I'll do one for the new Godly for sure. Anyway, then Blood Hammer. Big AoE, decent attack speed. It is a single hit. Another reason why I think Blood Scythe is better than Blood Hammer, but also this AoE circle is gigantic. So she's kind of like Buddha from ALS. Or, whoa, Anime Adventures. I gotta stop mixing those two up. Good lord. Where you can freely switch her between these modes, which means she's very versatile as a unit on your team. And I would say she's one of the best from this update. I guess I don't know how Makima compares. I have not used her at all evo'd yet. But with Blood Scythe, her bleed's doing 70% of her damage. Her damage goes down a little bit, but her actual DPS barely changes, and I can show that once we fill up the meter. She has 3 placements. I'm not going to put the other 2 down because it'd take too long. We'll come back when the meter's filled. All right, so now Power has Blood Arsenal. Switch to Spear first. We can see how it modifies the stats. DPS goes down barely. Like if you want to have a hybrid on your team, she's plenty good. I would say the only problem with Power is that this does take a while to stack. So she's good for longer modes. You can stack it technically in the new boss rush, but I wouldn't really bother because it's just not that important. I was running, I think, her, Angel, and Lelouch because you can instant nuke the boss at the end, even on hard mode. Then we have Blood Hammer, which again is literally just what the final attack is. It's not even changed. I kind of wish all 3 of them did something like Blood Spear being hybrid is cool and Blood Scythe doubling the bleed damage is great. I wish Blood Hammer did something else, like maybe enemies hit with Blood Hammer are, I don't know, slowed or something, just to make it unique, because I don't think there's any reason to use Blood Hammer. I'd say Blood Spear or Blood Scythe. I say, as you can see, the DPS between the two, the difference between the DPS of the two is like 600, but when you account for the bleed damage increase, Blood Scythe objectively does more damage. However, with the fact that the AoE is smaller, they're like, I would say significantly smaller. Blood Hammer's pretty large. Yeah, Blood Hammer's huge, but it is also single hit. I'd say both are totally valid, but I run Blood Scythe. I would say Crusader or Radiant on her are totally valid. I think Crusader's probably better, but if you want to be able to run all 3 blood weapons at the same time in a run, Radiant will work great on her. I'm gonna leave her down because some of these units were they don't require specifically each other, but will I know Aki and Angel kind of do. Do Aki next. Shared Burden. If Angel is within Aki's range, both units gain 10% damage, 10% range, and Aki's Fox cooldown is reduced to 15 seconds. Fox's Hunger. If there are more than 5 enemies in Aki's range, he summons the Fox, 20-second cooldown. After summoning, Aki's next attack deals half damage. When summoned, the Fox instantly attacks Aki's target, dealing 100% of Aki's damage, then vanishes. The Fox's damage scales to the number of enemies in Aki's range. That is why getting Crusader on him is actually quite good. Because if you have a max number of enemies in his range, the Fox will do 200%, which is that 3 times? Or 2 times? I forget how that works. We'll max upgrade him. So yeah, very strong with Crusader. For sure. I guess the only... I guess I gotta show off his attacks. That's kind of the problem of having power there. I'm gonna put her on Bloodhammer so she doesn't attack as often. What's his basic attack? Come on, do it again, please. I didn't see him do anything. Am I crazy? Oh, he throws... Okay. He throws Con forward. Piercing Onslaught. Runs forward. And then Hearth Piercer. I don't know why it's called that. I think it's Heart Piercer. Which is that's a 3 or 4 multi-hit. I'm kind of a little disappointed they didn't include anything with the what is it, the Curse Devil, where it's like every 3 hits it on the same enemy it does like a bonus of true damage or something. But this is actually still plenty cool. We'll have to see Con activate. Thing is, it requires a minimum of 5 enemies in range, I think. So yeah, we saw his damage jump to like 269k just from 5 enemies in range. I don't know the number, but it's quite strong. Angel, if we throw Angel down, he'll get an extra bonus. Angel does every 60 seconds. Angel releases a Radiant Pulse, granting 25% damage to all units in range for 15 seconds. It does not stack. Angel is 4 placement. That's probably why it doesn't stack, because you get 100% damage boost from all 4 of them. And then inflicts a 15% magical debuff to all enemies hit by this pulse. This debuff is permanent. It does not go away. And then Fallen Grace. Every 60 seconds, Angel enters Fallen Angel state for 30 seconds, gaining true damage type instead of magic, plus 50% damage and minus 25% cooldown. That is effectively 2 times DPS for that duration. The problem is Angel's basic attack is terrible. With a line this small and a windup that long, Angel will miss enemies sometimes. It's very annoying. Judgment. I'm gonna sell Aki. I don't think I needed to. You can see that animation pretty well. Literally light rays from the sky, and then Holy Spear. Pretty cool. You can see this active. 13,000 DPS for a 4 placement unit with just Aurora is crazy. I really want to try and get Radiant on him, but I'm so afraid of getting Crusader, so I'm not gonna do it yet. But yeah. Power's 3 placement. Aki is 3 placement normally. Together, Aki. Also, Angel is hybrid on placement, so Angel is like another, I would say, must-have on teams. I'd say he's better than most hill units, and he does support stuff and just crazy DPS. Also, I know I have Aurora on him, but he has so much range. It's kind of ridiculous. All right. Now we have Denji. I have the inverted spear on him, so he has crit. He doesn't normally have any crit. Relentless Drive. Attacks inflict bleed for 4 seconds, dealing 25% of this unit's damage over time. Chainsaw Rampage. Every 5th attack against the same enemy deals 200% damage. And Chains of Temptation. For every different female unit within Denji's range, he gains 10% damage and 10% range. Up to 30%. And then if Makima is within his range, he gains an additional 25% damage. So he can stack 55% damage, 30% range. Why does he have a 1.1 right now? Oh, because the power, right? So I won't be able to stack it fully because I don't have 3 girls on the team. Angel is not a girl. Because we didn't know that. attack animation. Flies forward. Okay, I say flies forward, but that was probably the slowest thing I've ever seen. Spinning. That attack is called Spinning Mayhem. I was gonna say that looks like Spinning Mayhem. Just like as a general term, but yeah. So that. Chain Trap, even bigger AoE. That is single hit. That's very interesting. He launches his chains forward and then pulls himself to it. Pretty cool. And then Chain Lash, which is full AoE, probably hits a ton of times. That's actually a really cool animation. Wait, hold on. It's going to take a while for him to run it again. But that placed like the like rainbow blood around it. That's really cool. That might be my favorite attack. Oh, he is hybrid on Chain Lash, I believe. Aki is never hybrid. He is ground only. And then again, Angel's hybrid on placement. So we're going to leave him down, and we're going to put Makima down. She seems interesting. Now that she's in range, he's getting more damage, more range. More range is great with the fact that he's full AoE. I think the problem is Chainsaw Rampage is neat because, oh, every 5th attack against the same enemy deals 200% damage. That's going to take them being in his range for 50 seconds. And you probably will run a support unit of some kind of maybe like either Kurami with Time Stop or Blur with Slow. But I just don't know if that's worth it. He's not bad, though. I still think probably Angel and Power are the best units from this update so far, unless Reze is crazy. I promise you I did not mean to say it like that. Okay, we'll sell him. And I don't need Power down anymore. Oh, I don't know why I placed Maki so far. Or Makima. I keep calling her just Maki because of the name. Her basic attack is red chains on the target in front, and then she like pulls with Bang, which she has unevoed, pretty basic. I didn't read her passives yet because there's a lot of enemies. Force Domination, large AoE circle, probably looks like it hits a couple of times, and Absolute Control. What is do I need another unit in range or something? I don't understand. Is that... Hold on a moment, I gotta place... I should have kept Power down just for the damage. Denji is also 3 placement. Most of the units are. I'm missing something? Does she do something special? Bang, Force Domination, and then Absolute Control. She is not hybrid. I might have to look into this. Give me just a moment, because I don't really know what's going on there. I can't seem to find anything on it, but also her DPS is bonkers. 17,000 with Eclipse. Not being hybrid kind of sucks, but also just run Angel. What? I don't... I'm gonna place down all my units in range and see what happens. I guess place everybody, right? I don't even think I have the money to max out everybody. No, I don't. Absolute Authority. I truthfully don't know. Regardless, I think she is pretty good. Authority. Does she sometimes like spawn units or something? No, doesn't look to be the case. It's not a required number of units in range, because I mean I have so many. I kind of thought it'd be something with Denji, but doesn't look like it. Oh, multiple copies of the same. No, every different female unit. If I had idle on, I could stack that up one more time. So I'll take another look. If I don't find anything, probably just go to outro. Okay, so the most I can guess is that it's bugged, and for whatever reason she doesn't get whatever her active ability is. I don't know. I think Angel is extremely good just for hybrid on placement, and I would say honestly better placement damage than most hill units. Pretty advantageous, along with some support stuff and some self buff. At the same time, power is, I would say it's probably, until Makima gets fixed, it's probably Power, Angel, Denji, Aki, Makima. I don't think Aki is bad by any means, but he is mostly just damage. That's the same thing with Makima. Makima really just does damage. Denji's the same way, but also like full AoE bleed. There's definitely a bleed team because you can have Alucard, Hidan, Power, Denji, and you're just applying bleed, and Hidan's constantly doing more damage on top of the ability that he has. A very strong bleed team going. And I could see Denji being extremely good with Crusader. Same with Power. But I think that's really all I have to show. I could spend the rest of my... I don't think I have enough gems to try and summon for Reze.